on Internet. I'm Christopher Peterson, and you're listening to the NerdEXP podcast. Today I'm here with
Edgar,
Drew,
Sakari.
If this is your first time, oh, doctor, you're in for a treat. But if you're returning, thanks. This week we're going to go through your top entertainment headlines and let you know what movie we would greenlight if we had an unlimited budget. First, a little housekeeping. Thank you for loyal listeners for tuning in every week-ish. Going forward, we are going to record every Tuesday. Unfortunately, Guillermo had a conflict, so he couldn't be here. That's just going to kind of be par for the course moving forward. Record on Tuesdays, goal is to get it out on Wednesdays. Friend of the show, Bill, actually kind of told me today, like, hey, it'd be nice if you guys recorded semi-regularly. So, we got asked today, and fan service. We delivered today.
I suggest since we all have drinks, let's pour some out for Guillermo, our falling comrade for today.
I'm sorry for your carpet. Speaking of fan service, Marvel has decided that they will cast a new Thor in the comics, not the movies, and it's going to be a woman. And the internet freaked out.
We have this group message that it's Google Hangout. So Drew, Guillermo, Chris, and another friend, like, we love to talk about up and coming stuff and bounce ideas off each other. And when I learned that Thor was a woman, I sent out 4 emoji horns, all caps, breaking news. Like, I felt like I was breaking the biggest news story of the year. I thought this was so scandalous for Thor to be a woman, because Thor is normally a very masculine entity in in the Norse mythology. It would be, I don't know, it's difficult for me to wrap my head around it, but I mean, if it brings in new readers, then who am I to say no?
doesn't Thor already have a female sidekick?
No,
I thought I remember seeing her in the animated series or something.
I mean, there's Jane Foster, and there's Lady Sif, if that's who you're talking about, one of the warriors. And Loki was a girl. Like, this is not a big deal, in my opinion. As somebody who reads comics weekly, characters. By the way, Thor is not having a sex change. Thor is either going to die or give up the hammer, and a female is going to pick up the hammer. This is not the first time somebody else has picked up Thor's hammer. This is not the first time a character has been replaced by somebody of a different race, or ethnicity, or sexual orientation. But it is kind of picking up on the media fervor of social justice warriors getting really excited about it. And sometimes I'm like, man, you guys are really keyed up on this. But then when I see the opposite end and people getting angry and like calling like the creators of Marvel like slurs and like threatening, that's not the appropriate response either.
No.
And I'm really curious to see like everybody who's for this change, who thinks that this change is like breaking down the glass ceiling and barriers to equality, and then the other spectrum, the people who are like idiots and like really prejudiced and bigots. How many of those people have actually bought a Thor comic in the past year? And how many of them are going to buy this new Thor comic? Like, I know it's generating a lot of buzz, but I don't see this moving sales. The same people who buy comics are going to buy comics.
This is my first time hearing about a female being cast for Thor. I think it's interesting. We need more female heroes. Yeah, they do. They really do.
Well, they call her Thor.
Probably.
She will be Thor.
She will be Thor?
It premiered on The View.
Oh.
And someone called her like Lady Thor, and then Whoopi Goldberg corrected her, said like, no, this is gonna be Thor. So I was talking to Chris about this earlier, and it's similar to when you choose a female character in like Mass Effect. Like it's
option 1.
I mean, yeah,
option 2.
Option 1, option 2. Like, you can play as a woman, but it's not going to necessarily change the story. I'm sure Thor will find a male counterpart. I don't know. Why does a female need a counterpart? Why can't she just kick ass on her own? Why does she need a man?
Wonder Woman does it, right?
Yeah, Wonder Woman doesn't have a man, right? Well,
Superman?
She's on her
some
own.
instances, yeah.
It'd be nice to have her have her own like storyline. Like, that'd be great.
Spider-Man has done this before, right? Like Spider-Man has cast like Latino kids or something, right? As Peter Parker.
So the hubbub about that is in the Ultimate Spider-Man universe.
Okay.
So it was not like the standard monthly since the '60s Spider-Man.
Sure.
And it wasn't even Peter Parker. Peter Parker died, and then this other kid who was half African American, half Hispanic. So that way they got both demographics
What the hell?
covered.
There you go.
Became Spider-Man. And we kind of saw the same thing. We saw a lot of media hype, a lot of people calling this a great boon for underappreciated kind of demographics in comics.
Sure.
And then other people freaking out about it. But
Where is it now?
it's there with a crappy creator and crappy artist team. So I don't know. I'm glad for the buzz. It could be a nice change for Thor, but people are making both sides of the fence, making a way bigger deal about this than I feel like it actually is.
I remember people making a big deal about the gatekeeper being.
Oh, that's right, in Thor, Idris Elba.
I can't say African American because
Yeah.
he's British, but African
He
English.
was black.
That was. I didn't know that. I didn't
But in the
catch
comics,
that.
he's white.
Yeah, and
What's his
people
name?
there was an uproar
The
over that.
keeper of the
Hemdell, something like that.
Yeah.
Him done. Yeah, yeah,
Of the Bifrost.
yeah.
I don't know. He's in
I
the movie
didn't
for
Thor's
think
two
that
just a
was
controversial franchise now.
Yeah.
so.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He was in there for 3 minutes. All right. I mean,
He's more prominent in the sequel.
if there's good casting, I don't care who's in the role.
Right.
I think Michael Clark Duncan did a great job at Kingpin.
Yeah.
You may or may not like that Daredevil movie, but I mean, he was a big, imposing guy, and he did that role well. I didn't care that he's not the same ethnicity as Kingpin is in the comics. So
That's right.
We're gonna see the same thing coming up with Michael B. Jordan playing Johnny Storm in Fantastic Four, right? Like a black kid playing, like the Human Torch.
His sister is white.
His sister is white.
We'll see how
That
they're going
happens.
to do that. Most likely
he's a-
adopted.
As long as they don't do the main characters, like take Storm and make her a white girl or Asian girl, that would be really bad. That would be.
Maybe she's from South Africa.
No, that can't. No, it can happen, but it's just no. It's
Well,
she's black.
well, I mean that's why this Thor thing is so polarizing.
It is,
I
but
would-
I like what Chris was saying that you shouldn't really,
It's just an animated. It's not real, right?
Yeah.
I can't wait for the day when this story doesn't create any media attention
Yeah.
or any buzz. I mean, right now, they're planting the seeds for Captain America. Spoilers for comic books for Captain America to potentially be like 90. Like the super serum soldier is going to fade off. He's going to show his entire age. There's going to be a new Captain America.
Oh,
Wow.
That's not getting any publicity, like, right now that I've seen. Like, these characters change people all the time.
Yeah.
The rumor is that it's going to be the Falcon picking up the shield. Like, standard Sam Wilson, African-American Falcon. But, I mean, for some reason that's not... Maybe because it's been done already. I don't know. Moving on. This past weekend, I didn't watch all of it, but it was the Evolution EVO 2014 fighting tournament. This is a great opportunity for kind of esports to see a lot of the limelight. Most fighting games are represented here. Street Fighter 4, Marvel vs. Capcom. You got Smash, Melee, not Brawl, because Brawl is apparently not considered combat worthy.
That's interesting.
Because of the random items and the tripping. The tripping mechanic, I think, is really what throws it off. So it'll be interesting to see if Wii U...
Melee
Smash.
is a GameCube one, right? Or the
Yeah. Mortal Kombat, Blaze Blue, Tekken 7, Mortal Kombat, any fighting game pretty much. This is the best of the best competing. And, you might sit at home and play with your friends, but, like, seeing these guys go through in the commentary, it is a completely different beast. Like,
Oh, yeah.
parries and sub-counters and, like, knowing these maneuvers and, half a second makes all the difference between, like, a flawless victory and, like, this crazy back and forth.
You're right. I watched some footage of Marvel vs. Capcom, and I never knew that game could be played like that. I mean, of course, I played against hard computers, but never like that. Like, watching that footage was so cool. Like, it was like if I had an older brother, I would see like he would play against his friends or something. I mean, that was very eye opening. And I also caught some of the Tekken. Gosh, They're so good. I mean, it's huge overseas. I mean, playing StarCraft and like they hold it in like arenas and stuff. I mean, that's cool. It's cool to see it played on the professional level.
Yeah. I was once in a Tekken tournament, a local Tekken tournament, just at a video game store.
Oh yeah?
And I was eliminated first round.
Oh.
Didn't stand a chance against those guys. My brother actually won the tournament.
What? Did he win a little trophy?
He got the cardboard cutout of Jin. This was Tekken 3. And we took it to a Chinese restaurant afterwards, and they wouldn't let us take it to the table.
We're gonna feed it?
What are you gonna do with it?
Like, you leave that at the door.
That is offensive, sir.
Get that Japanese man out of here.
I played in a Pokemon tournament circa 1999. It was in the Avenues Mall, and Guillermo played as well. And I kicked ass. I did so well. And then we could play gym leaders. Like, they were Nintendo sanctioned people. And then Guillermo won the drawing to play one of these gym leaders, and he got his ass kicked by Jinx. Like it was on this big screen, and it was cool. I mean, I wish he was here to talk about it, but that's a very cool memory of the Pokemon back when it was huge. 1999, 1998, something.
I mean, esports is growing. Pokemon has a world championship with different age brackets every year.
Whoa.
I mean, if you're really into that, check out Smogan.
Wasn't it this year there was like a cheating scandal or something?
Was there? I missed that.
I didn't follow up on it, but there was like a suspected cheating scandal. But yeah.
But if you check out like some of these competitive sites, like Smogan.com for Pokemon, there is so much more that goes into this than you ever realize. Like, these people are going to grow up to be mathematicians. Because they know like the statistics of what moves would 2-hit KO, 3-hit KO, exact stat spreads that you need, and like just you know playing the odds in every match. It's a crazy way of approaching the game. So for movie news this week, Power Rangers ends up picking up 2 new screenwriters, the people who did X-Men First Class. And
almost anything. Like Robert Orci did Transformers.
Roberto Orci.
Sorry, Roberto. He did like Transformers. He's been attached to like Amazing Spider-Man and Star Trek. So I mean, he's done a whole bunch of stuff.
I think it was announced just yesterday, or maybe Sunday, 2 days ago, that he left Spider-Man 3, The Amazing Spider-Man 3, and then a day or two later we hear he's attached to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
So I mean, I thought this film was just kind of a concept.
I'm excited and a little worried because Roberto Orci's written some bad movies, or been involved with writing some bad movies. He's not the only one, but
correct.
But also the fact that that Lionsgate is putting out good money for this movie, getting big name screenwriters, probably one of the biggest names in screenwriting in Hollywood right now. So
Robert Orci is signed to executive produce, and then
he's not writing.
He's going to help with the script.
Okay,
right.
And then Allison Shamir and Brian Casatini, sorry if you're listening, are going to be the main writers for that piece. But like you said, Robert's definitely done some good work, and I just thought this movie was kind of like an idea being bounced around. I'm surprised at the resources that they're starting to throw at this thing.
I really hope they do.
Of course you do.
Really good job. Put a lot of money into it.
We all do. We all love the Power Rangers, right? I mean, Drew's been watching the Japanese version of them. Like, he wakes up early to watch them.
No, I finished it.
Oh, you finished it? Yeah. My bad. So, I mean, who doesn't love the Power Rangers? I used to play around, I used to play Power Rangers with Alan. And, I mean, that was great. I had all the toys, like the movies I loved. I had the Ooze.
Roberto Orci is. I wonder if he...
What are you guys' thoughts?
Maybe grew up on it.
Sorry.
No, continue.
What are you guys' thoughts on the movie? Do you want brand new story, or do you want to see those same names, Jason, Billy, Kimberly, Trini, that you...
I think they're definitely going to do it.
That'd be nice. Nice homage.
Yeah. Maybe not so much Trini because she died. I don't know how they're going to do it.
I don't know
and
how
also,
they'll do that.
I mean, maybe they'd make her the Pink Ranger because they definitely don't want to stick with Asian playing the Yellow Ranger, Black guy playing the Black Ranger,
the
cheerleader playing the Pink
Ranger.
yeah. Interesting fact, though. in the Japanese version of that series, Yellow Ranger is a boy, and his name is Boy. B-O-I.
Yeah, I remember telling that when I was a kid. I was like, the Pink Ranger is far more defined and wears a skirt than the Yellow Ranger.
Yeah.
Something is fishy on this.
No skirt on the Yellow Ranger.
Maybe Amy Jo Johnson makes her film renaissance.
Yeah, she's the only one, I think, that avoids conventions and stuff for the Power Rangers.
Really?
All the others have made appearances except for her, so I don't
She's
know
a
if
respectable person, Drew. She released her debut album. we were talking about that, how Amy Jo Johnson has an album, like of music. Not photo. Sorry.
Did you listen to it?
Joke. Did you listen to it, Drew?
No, I didn't.
Man, you hot potatoed that right over now.
Yeah.
I just saw the cover art. That was enough for me. But getting back to the point, I would love to see a Power Rangers movie. They're doing all of our favorite things, like being brought back to life. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is coming back to movies. Godzilla is coming back. Like, it's like they took a snapshot of 1993, like Saturday morning cartoons, and they're like, we've run out of ideas. Let's reboot everything. Rocko's Modern Life is coming up. Who knows?
That's unconfirmed.
It's totally.
You heard it here first.
we are pretty good at predicting stuff.
I might hear it in the second half of this podcast.
Yes. Oh. I spilled the beans. I'm just kidding.
So, music news, kind of a category we're going to jump into sporadically. But Weird Al Yankovic released a new album, Regardless, today. And I listened to a few of the songs. Edgar shared it, and then I noticed on Twitter a million other people on Facebook shared it. I mean, this thing's definitely blowing up and is hysterical. Like, it's definitely worth checking out. It's called Mandatory Fun. The best one I saw, and the music video is hilarious. It goes well with it, is Word Crimes, based off Blurred Lines. So,
right. I mean, I stumbled upon the first video that he released. He's doing 8 videos in 8 days, and so the first one that he released was Tacky, which is a spoof or a parody of Pharrell's Happy. So I'm like, okay, this is great. And then on his website, he had his new one. He just released it today. It's called Word Crimes, and I was immediately hooked. I showed everyone in my vicinity. I texted it to the guys. I'm like, this is amazing. I have maybe seen it 40 times now.
was Tacky one shot?
I didn't read. It
looked
looks like one shot. Yeah, it's nice. I really like the animation in Word Crimes. I mean, his name's Jared something. Like, he did a really nice job on it. Weird Al does have some like original songs on it, which are also good. But I love the parody songs. He also mentioned that this is his favorite album to date,
And his final.
and his
Is it his final?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Is it 'cause
Guillermo
it's
and I read that when he first announced the album.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he's been around forever. Like,
Maybe
he's been
for a
making music
minute.
since the 80s.
I mean, he'll continue. I think he wants to just have an internet presence. Like, he recently purchased or
Epic.
took over Epic Rap Battles.
Yeah,
You know,
that's right.
He's been making a good use of the internet, especially with these 8 videos for 8 days or whatever. He's returned with a bang.
Chris is right. He's been in it for a while. I remember like Amish Paradise and Eat It.
I think
And,
his first album was late 80s, maybe.
Really?
He had the movie, UHF.
Yeah. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. But so far, Sakai and I listened to some songs just as research, and they're all pretty good. I mean, iTunes has it as almost 5 stars reviews, so I wish him nothing but the best. Good luck, Weird Al.
Reviewing stuff on iTunes is important. The more 5-star reviews you can give something that you're listening to, even if you're listening to it right now, that's always a good idea.
Yes.
So back to Tacky, the Weird Al video. There was a lot of stunt casting in that.
Oh yeah.
But I didn't recognize everybody. Like, what did you guys like? Was everybody somebody?
I had to look up the girl in the elevator.
Okay.
The first one was Aisha Tyler. She did The Soup for a while, and she's also the voice of Lana on Archer. The second one was Margaret Chow. She's a very controversial, like, in-your-face comic, like insult
I
comic.
recognize her.
The next one was Eric Stonestreet. who is
Modern Family.
Modern Family. Yeah, he's
Cam.
He's great. Cam. Yep. The girl in the elevator, I don't know much about. She is currently starring in a Hulu exclusive. It's called like The Housewives of Orlando.
So that was her.
I
Do you
guess,
watch
yeah, I
that?
looked it up.
No, well, I saw the. No, I don't watch
Thanks,
that.
Hulu. Thanks, Hulu, for all the commercials.
Yeah, that's a commercial I saw.
And then it's Jack Black just being
Yeah.
crazy. Like that was cool.
Yeah.
Definitely enjoyable. Moving on, trailers this week. We got a second trailer for Big Hero 6. And really kind of the first trailer. I know the first one was kind of the extended scene, and that scene looks like it's going to be in the movie. But this one goes into a little bit more detail. So if you're really spoiler sensitive, maybe skip ahead 2 minutes or so. What do you guys think? Are you guys going to go see Big Hero 6? Or
It looks cool. Like it looks like a Pixar movie. Like I got the feel of Pixar when the cop is like so he was controlling it with ESP. Like that was pure like Pixar magic to me.
is this the Incredibles sequel?
They didn't. I was disappointed they didn't show much of the rest of the group.
Yeah.
You get like one shot of them in a minivan or something. That was it. All you got was the main kid and the robot. A little bit of the villain, but I mean, I laughed, and I'll definitely see it. I was already set to see it, no matter what I thought of the trailer. So.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for it to come out. It looks like an original premise, which is great. I mentioned that previously on previous podcasts, and it looks like an endearing tale of a child and his pet robot. I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
Johnny 5.
Yes.
Another trailer that came out was for Doctor Who Season 8. You guys have never seen an episode of Doctor Who in your life.
Never.
But I made you watch the trailer. How lost were you? How stupid do you think it looks? And general things along those lines. Drew?
I mean, it didn't look terrible. I've seen one episode of Doctor Who in my life, or maybe two. The first two of the modern iteration, like after they brought it back. Didn't care for it. This one, I was honestly surprised at how well the T-Rex looked. The CG T-Rex, and it seems expensive for a TV show. Yeah.
Production values on that show are crap for
really?
the first 5 seasons, I want to say.
Oh,
and then
boy.
all of a sudden, like, season 6, like, they just, like, somebody tossed a bucket of money at them. And, like, you know, their CGI just went through the roof.
So, Connie, does that trailer interest you into watching Doctor Who?
Not really. I mean,
We are looking for a new show to watch.
I mean, you really don't have to. I know you don't. I was told you don't have to start from the beginning from Doctor Who. You just go right in or whatever. It's not really you have to watch it in order. But I don't know. My mom, she was the one that's like, "Oh, you've never watched Doctor Who?" I was
Your
like,
mom?
"No." Yeah, because she grew up. She watched it when it was going on back then.
No kidding.
Yeah, she did. So
I
she
didn't know
followed
this.
it. So I don't know. I don't really.
Alina and I started watching, you know, like at Netflix, like with the reboot. So they're calling this the trailer for season 8. So we started watching 8 seasons ago, and we saw like 1 through 6 on a row. I mean, it's good. First, there's some definitely hit and miss episodes. First episode, you know, you're kind of watching like, I do not want to watch this. We enjoyed the second episode, so we kept watching. It ended up being a good show, and it definitely grows on you. So you know, if you, I would say like Drew jumped off of the second episode. If you didn't like it, you know that was the time to jump off. That's what I always tell people. So if you watch those first 2 episodes and you enjoy it, it's gonna get better and the characters are gonna grow. And nobody ever says that first Doctor is their favorite. The Doctor changes. The Doctor after him is most people's favorite, and you're right if you say that. If you say anybody else, you're wrong. And you know, for this trailer is for fans. You know, nobody who has never watched Doctor Who is going to watch this trailer and go, oh, you know what, that looks like a show I'm interested in. And even as a fan of the show, it almost feels, I'll probably watch it, I'll see the first episode, but it also is like, hey, new Doctor, maybe this is a good jumping off point. Because it just feels, you know, more of the same, and like, I don't know, there's a line where he's like, we're going into darkness. And I'm like Star Trek?
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
I see so many bumper stickers and stuff with like Whovians and things like that. So I know that there's a huge fan base around it. I wouldn't mind starting to watch it. I like BBC shows so far. Like there's never been one that's been bad. Like we like Luther and Coupling is the show that I've been pushing on people.
It's a British Friends.
It's a British Friends, yeah.
No, it's not.
And like Sherlock was really good.
Sherlock, Cranface is good.
Cranface, like the BBC quality is there. Like I like the BBC name, so I wouldn't mind giving it a try. I am going to give it more than 10 minutes though, Alan Alvarez. to watch the
show. So for this week in the casting couch, we have Jon Favreau finds his Mowgli for the Jungle Book. I didn't even know this movie existed.
I thought he was working on like Tomorrowland or something.
Yeah,
right? Is he working on?
Oh, he put it off.
Did they get scrapped?
I'm pretty excited. I mean, I like Jon Favreau's direction, and the main attractor for me is Idris Elba is playing Shere Khan.
I'll watch it.
Or
voicing
Shere Khan.
Oh, that's gonna sound so sexy.
Awesome.
What? Shere Khan is so cool.
Yeah, he's a G.
Yeah.
Shere Khan's a G.
But do you think Idris Elba can play like a smooth talking
character?
I don't know. It seems out of his wheelhouse.
Nah.
It seems like something he's never...
He could pull it off.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
Right.
And then Ben Kingsley's in it.
He's been rumored
in it
to replace James Bond, so somebody has faith in him playing a smooth character.
I'm just kidding. I think Idris Elba's gonna
and then Scarlett
destroy
Johansson.
that role.
Scarlett Johansson is in it too. I had no idea this movie was happening. This is when Chris sent me this. I'm like, what? You mean they're gonna redo the movie, like the cartoon that like animated? I didn't know this was a live action movie.
Oh yeah,
I guess that's what Disney's doing now. Cinderella is gonna be live action.
Yeah.
What was the last Jungle Book with Lena Headey?
Really?
Yeah.
Was that George of the Jungle or?
No, that was I forgot who's the main. Who was Mowgli? But
if it's Brendan Fraser,
no. But I remember that's like
the one where he was older.
Yeah,
it was the guy from Mortal Kombat that played Mowgli. Who played Liu Kang?
Yeah, yeah. But Lena Headey was in that.
She's fit.
That's when I fell in love with Lena Headey as an actress. I like her. She's awesome.
Yeah, I had no idea she was in there.
Yeah, she was Kitty.
I guess this is what Disney's doing. It's just taking their classics and putting them with a spin because they did. Alice in Wonderland,
Maleficent.
They're gonna do like Cinderella, and then the Jungle Book.
There's another Jungle Book in production too, a motion capture Jungle Book being directed by Andy Serkis.
What?
So there's reason to be excited for that as well.
I wonder why Hollywood's
his directorial debut.
Hollywood does that. Like they put two movies out of the exact same thing, like Noah, and then this Christian Bale movie like Exodus, Gods and Kings or whatever.
That's Moses.
Oh. My bad. and then like
good catch.
Well, I mean no, they're like biblical epics, and then there were two.
They're always
Snow
trying
White
to start a fad. You know, they want biblical epics were a fad in the 30s and 40s or whatever. You know, maybe 50s.
I mean, like you're absolutely right. I think that somebody has an idea and they might pitch it to a couple places, or they start talking about it, and then somebody else is like, "Hey, I have this great idea," and maybe they do it maliciously, maybe they don't. But it's kind of one of those things where sometimes you may talk to your friends and be like, "Hey, I heard that they're doing a Power Rangers," and you'll be like, "Yeah, you heard it from me." So I don't know. It's just kind of this weird echo chamber that happens sometimes.
Sounds familiar.
Also this week we got Christopher Walken is going to play Hook in an NBC musical. I didn't know this was coming out. Christopher Walken, we know he can dance.
Oh yeah.
I actually just read this past weekend that his career started on stage.
Yeah.
And he mostly did musicals and did a lot of dancing, and that's why. Because someone, I think it was BuzzFeed or Gawker, made a compilation video of him dancing in 32 different movies or something.
No kidding.
Yeah, and that's where I read that his career started that way. So it makes sense. It's a total fit that he would go back to that.
NBC. I don't know if it's NBC or CBS. Like they had a really good show, like a live show of like Sound of Music with Carrie Underwood.
That got terrible reviews.
Really?
Yeah,
but it got a lot of viewers though.
Well, of course, it's Sound of Music and it's live.
Maybe that's what they're doing with Hook.
Edgar also likes Gossip Girl.
I have to say that I will go on the record that I do love Gossip Girl. I watched all 6 seasons, and there may be a movie.
Yeah, no.
What is this, Community?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just saying it's out there. All right. Maybe that's my Greenlight movie.
In final casting, we have all the voice actors for Big Hero 6 revealed. You might have caught some of them in the trailer. I don't necessarily recognize all the names. Immediately, the second he spoke, though, T.J. Miller, he does Tough Nut from How to Train Your Dragon 2, and he is doing the exact same voice for this movie.
Voice.
Is it, though?
Yeah.
Do you think that's how he talks to his mom? He's like,
Well,
Mom,
I mean, his
go get me some milk.
His acting voice, anyway.
Gosh.
I mean, he was in
Silicon
Valley,
Valley, yeah.
Things like that. She's Out of My League movie.
I never saw that one.
That was funny. You got Maya Rudolph. TJ, you got Damon Wayans. So, I mean, they're definitely loading this up with a lot of
Damon
comedians.
Wayans Jr.
No, it says Damon Wayans.
I thought I read that it was a junior.
Junior.
Huh?
Hadn't loaded yet. And then you got Alan Tudyk. Firefly's.
He's my favorite.
Firefly alum. I have to be there. Gotta support these guys.
He's a good voice actor, too.
He is.
He was the robot in iRobot.
I didn't know that.
Really?
That's cool.
Right. The topic of the week is if you could greenlight any movie, what movie would it be? Choosing randomly, Drew.
Great. Well, this happens to be something I think about in my spare time very, very often. I think I've mentioned before on this podcast that when they first announced the Power Rangers movie, that was one that I always fantasized about. So I won't pick that one. That is one of my more fleshed out ideas.
I don't know.
I'm going to go with something that's semi-controversial. Legend of Zelda. Specifically, Ocarina of Time. There's a lot of people that think it can't be done.
Leave my house right now. Zelda up in here.
There's a lot of people that think it can't be done, you know? And I think it can be done. It can be done well. And it's got enough name recognition, I think. Ocarina of Time, to start with, you know, that's the Until Skyward Sword, the official beginning, but nobody wants to see a Skyward Sword movie. You know, I've visualized the teaser trailer, what music will play in it. If you remember in Ocarina of Time, there's a point in the game where you're told how Link got to the woods, and like he was left there, presumably by his mother, and that's how I wanted the start of the movie to be. And the teaser trailer would be like her coming on a horse, maybe being chased by goblins.
Sure.
And she has to leave the kid. And the goblins chase her off screen, some of them, and then some remain, and they walk up to the kid, and all of a sudden you hear little laughs, like, and like the goblins are looking around, whatever. And it's, you know, it's the Kokiri Forest kids, and they're distracting.
I think this is great.
It's really well
I'm
played
sorry,
out.
I'm laughing. How hard was episode 1 for you, Drew? How hard was it, man?
I was 12 years old when that came out.
Aww.
It was no big deal.
I'm sorry. This is so fleshed out, Drew. You're right. I mean,
Yeah,
my
it's
movie has
raining,
no
it's
teaser.
nighttime, and then you kind of hear wood creaking, and so, and then it's the Great Deku Tree, and he knocks them out or whatever, they run away, and you're left with Link being left with the Deku Tree. You don't know what happened to the mother. She's dead, whatever.
Whatever.
Moving on.
I think the teaser trailer would be a chopped up version of that, you know, like fast clips, and when they show the child after the goblins are gone, then the Zelda theme would start playing, but not the overworld theme, the opening to the first game. The opening of the first game. I wouldn't do it justice, so I'm not going to try to hum it or anything. But there's a string quartet album tribute or whatever to Zelda, and they do that opening theme like a kind of high-pitched string version. It would be perfect.
So you said you thought of this a lot.
Yeah.
Have you thought of any cast or director or
No,
writer?
well,
Producer? cinematographer.
Producer Richard Dwight.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. I'm sorry.
Screenwriter, producer.
Executive producer?
I think I'm too. Like, I mean, when I was younger, I wanted to be a director, but now I'm kind of like, I don't think I have the people skills, or I'm not self confident enough. Like, I wouldn't be able to do it. But the cast, I think Link should definitely be an unknown. Zelda, maybe someone known, at least adult Zelda. I think a good person to get cast probably just for voices would be Robin Williams, because he's a huge fan of the Zelda franchise. He named his daughter Zelda after the games.
His daughter's name is Zelda?
Yeah.
Really?
There was a Nintendo DS commercial with them in it, and it says on the screen Zelda in parentheses, named after the video game character.
Oh,
That's
cool.
cool.
So, and he loves the games, and I think maybe he would even help produce it. Who knows?
He'd be a great cast
I
for
think
Dooku Tree.
the voice of the Dooku Tree or the owl, I think would be good, because the owl's kind of goofy, and the big thing for this movie, which I think would have to be what would be done, is the Dooku Tree and the owl and other creatures will be puppets, like along the lines of Where the Wild Things Are, digital faces, everything else,
okay.
Yep.
a puppet or a man in a suit. So, and I think like those look perfect, and they were great. And that was Jim Henson Studios that did the puppetry there. And I think, if you got Jim Henson Studios involved with puppetry of the Legend of Zelda series, I think it'd be great. Ganondorf could probably be a known actor. I think in my head right now, Mark Strong.
Idris Elba.
No. In my head right now, Mark Strong is the perfect fit for Ganondorf. But he always plays a villain, almost always. So, I don't really have any other scenes planned out, but I think this is something I don't think is likely, but maybe to have it in the style of an epic, like from the 60s, with an intermission that would take place between child and adult Link. I think that would be a good intermission break. So.
How much time you spent on the teaser trailer? This movie's a trilogy,
Yeah.
right? Like you are, because you would want them to collect all 3
I know
jewels, and then you'd want them to go collect all 5 sages.
Now, I don't know if I would.
Would you be okay streamlining
do
it?
5 dungeons,
Okay.
and you'd have to have other characters other than Link. It wouldn't work. And,
Hey.
And he
Hey!
was, and I think I always kind of fantasize the guard that in the beginning gives you the note to give to Zelda, or no, Zelda gives you a note to give to the guard to let you on the Death Mountain.
Yeah.
I think he could be a helpful character. All the other Impa would have a bigger role. Whatever her name is from the desert, the Gerudo chick that helps him with the Spirit Temple. I think he'd have to have some help along the way. The Zora Princess. And I kind of did fantasize it to be a trilogy, but not all Ocarina of Time. I think the sequel would be A Link to the Past, and
Wow, Drew.
and you start off with his uncle getting killed or whatever, and I don't know what the third would be. Maybe try to make an original story for the third, or maybe a good game will come out between now and then that would make a good third film. But because I think I really would like to see a Dark Link as well, and that could be something for a third movie. That's a villain from the second NES title, and I think he was in Ocarina of Time as a mini boss at the Water Temple. So I think it'd be cool to see a Dark Link. So yeah, that's my Zelda fantasy.
I'll go see it. I'll go see all your fantasies.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see that trailer in theaters, you're like, "Holy shit!"
I would definitely watch that movie.
That's always what I think about is what people's reactions will be to that trailer.
Well,
Did you see IGN did a fake Zelda trailer
Yeah, it was
for
shit.
April Fool's? I know, like it was not
it didn't have
fantastic.
the production
Yeah.
value of Drew.
No, I mean it's
Right.
good fan trailer.
Yeah.
it was fun. And I haven't watched it though. I read that it exists and I completely forgot about it until now. But was it Imagis Studio? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Imagi. It's like IMAGI Studios. They did TMNT and Astro Boy, but they did like a short Zelda clip, and pitched it to Nintendo, and Nintendo turned it down.
Mm-hmm.
And you
That's
can watch
cool.
that. It's a CG, just in the same style of Astro Boy TMNT, and you can watch it online at least at one point, and it was turned down by Nintendo. And I remember a long time ago there was a Metroid film in the works with John Woo, and Nintendo turned that down.
Thank you, Nintendo, for turning down John Woo.
So yeah, I'm done. That's
After
it.
the success of Super Mario Brothers, I think that they're gonna just rest on their laurels.
Yeah.
They're like, we do not
I
need
mean,
to make another movie.
video game films in general have never been a huge success. The biggest, I think, is Tomb Raider.
Resident Evil?
Financially.
Yeah.
No, Resident Evil is good. The first movie didn't make a lot of money, but it's because of the first movie that the second one did, and so on. But yeah, I think after the first movie, it kind of loses its video game connection anyway. I didn't play the series, but that's what I've heard.
Oh, I don't want to follow up to that. So what do you have for us, Eddie?
Well, I would love to see a Mass Effect movie, Greenlit. I enjoyed Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. I love the universe that it's in. I love all the characters and all the alien species and all the politics. Like, the Mass Effect movie, in my opinion, would be wonderful. I haven't gone as far as the teaser trailer, but I would love to see it made as a movie. It's one of my favorite game series. Chris got me into it, and I've seen whatever. Obviously, I've seen footage inside the game where of course I've played it, but I just want to see that translated on a big screen.
Most important question:
Yes.
Fem Shep or Male Shepherd?
Oh. No, it would be Male Shepherd. It would be Male Shepherd.
Did you learn nothing from female Thor?
No, definitely. And then we can watch him go from being good to making decisions on what was that again, Chris? He could be like a paragon or a renegade,
yep.
right? So I would love to see him go down those paths. And I mean, there have been crazy movies made. Why not? Mass Effect would be the movie that I would greenlight. No director in mind. Maybe an indie filmmaker like Colin Trevorrow, or just one of those
soon to not be indie filmmaker.
Right, soon to not be indie, like Gareth Edwards, like someone who's done a movie that's done well in the indie scene and then catapulted. I really liked Safety Not Guaranteed, so why not? I mean, that would be the movie I would greenlight, is Mass Effect.
Just to jump in real quick, since he mentioned directors, I do have a dream director for Legend of Zelda that is a very slim chance would ever even consider it, but is Ridley Scott.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever seen Ridley Scott's film Legend,
No?
but there's a good portion that takes place in the woods, and seeing that on screen is basically Kokiri Forest. It's perfect.
Oh, yeah?
And, he hasn't done much fantasy, so a return to that would be amazing.
For me, I'm going to go with an anime called Full Metal Panic. So this involves a mercenary group of soldiers in kind of a modern world where people's brains have the ability to unlock futuristic technology. Not they think of it and oh, here it is magically. But somehow they've exponentially increased their abilities to recognize these formulas and theorems, and people to extract that knowledge and then go create it. So there's this military group of mercenaries. There ends up being a girl involved, and they assign a soldier, and he has been a soldier's entire life, so he has to assimilate into Japanese high school culture. Hilarity ensues as he's incapable of dealing with these normal social situations, but then they'll also flip back and forth to giant robot battles and military combat. Kind of go through that, So this the series is really good. Has comedic, action, humor. So when I think of who can wrap all that together in a perfect package, the answer is Joss Whedon.
Nice,
I
yeah.
would love for him to direct and write. If I was going to greenlight any movie, I'd probably pick Joss Whedon to direct and write. Even if it was me playing in the corner with sock puppets for an hour and a half. I'd be Joss, you're directing this.
I think you did that with the Shakespeare. I would choose Joss Whedon as well to do my Mass Effect movie. I really like him. Sorry, Chris, I stole it.
No, you're fine. So I don't have a teaser trailer. I apologize. Either an original storyline just with that cast, so that way fans of the show and the original material would get a new spin, a new take on it, or kind of go with the overarching villain from season 1. But I think that offer a lot of moments. I haven't started casting anybody yet, but once I start getting calls back, you guys will definitely be the first on my list.
I get to be executive producer. Executive producer, NerdEXP podcast group.
So Scar, what do you got for us?
Well, I was bouncing between two of them, but I'll say this one because it's kind of related to a movie that's going to be coming out in October, which I probably won't be able to see. But Hellsing, which is an anime as well. I love it. It's amazing. It's a great anime. I think that it should be made into a movie directly from the anime, actually from the manga, actually. But I think it would be awesome. It's about Dracula, or Alucard as he's called in the anime. Alucard. Yeah, I really would like to see it. This is no ordinary vampire. He is a freaking G. He is amazing. If you haven't seen it, see it. It's amazing. I love that anime.
Is it like Hellsing, like the Hugh Jackman?
No, Hellsing is actually from I forget what happened, but it's actually from it's the name of the person that actually has him captive, Alucard captive. It's the actual family. That's where the names come from. So, and it's just it's like this Nazi regime is being revived around, being reborn or whatever, and they're trying to prevent that from happening. So, all these weird, not really true vampires are coming out, and he's like the true vampire, and he's going around killing them because it's an abomination or whatever. It's kind of very, very religious in some parts of it, but it's really, really cool too. He's amazing. But it's like the closest thing I could see was Dracula Untold, which is going to be released in October. So when I saw that trailer, I was like, yeah, that looks like Alucard almost. That's as close as we're probably going to get. But yeah. That's the one I want to. And I'm not big on producers and directors and screenwriters and stuff like that, so I don't care as long as they just do a good job. Not big on them. It's just I don't know names. So whoever wants to take it can take it.
Speaking of Nazis, one movie that I'm surprised hasn't been made yet is the Werewolf Women of the SS, right? Because that is the movie. That's one of the fake movies that was in the Grindhouse series. Machete has been made. Hobo with a Shotgun has been made.
Rob Zombie's trailer.
Yeah, Rob Zombie's trailer. So that's one that hasn't been made yet. And the Edgar Wright one hasn't been made yet. And then Eli Roth's Thanksgiving.
Edgar Wright's free.
Yeah, Edgar Wright's free. Right on.
No Edgar Wright movies get made lately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think Edgar Wright would be a good fit for my Zelda.
No. He's not visionary enough for you.
Sorry, Edgar.
He's not
if you're listening.
Enough. Yeah. I love his movies, but and I don't know. I don't want it to be comical.
Well, those are the movies that are dream projects. What are your guys' movies that you'd most like to see greenlit? Let us know. You can either respond in the comments section of this podcast or shoot us an email at nerdexp@gmail.com. Well, went through this week's headlines and gave you our insight. If you have any questions for us, feel free to hit us up on Twitter. I'm at ChrisTasticGuy.
I'm at Edgar EDGAR. And then EX. I'm sorry. Hang on. I'll get this right. So it's Edgar Rex 86. So it's at EDGAR EX 86. I love to retweet sports stuff. I love to retweet Chris's stuff. I seldom write original stuff. So if you didn't catch it the first time, I'll make sure you catch it. True?
You can follow me at World is Square backwards. But I don't tweet anything, so
we make it really simple for you guys.
But you tweet stuff.
I have
Star Wars contests.
I have. 3 or 4 tweets in my 2 months of being on Twitter.
You can join the conversation of the hit hashtag sweeping the nation. Jaden thoughts. I got tweets like Jaden Smith, where you'll get such great knowledge bombs as if pro and con are antonyms. Does that mean Congress is the opposite of progress?
My favorite so far is Will Smith is my dad. I'm his son. Shouldn't I be called Wilson? Anyway, so that was silly.
Well, sorry for the last couple minutes, but for the rest of the show, quality stuff. I hope this helped you guys level up your nerd IQ. Level up, friends.